Are you in your senior years struggling with constant health issues, feeling disconnected from loved ones, or overwhelmed by uncertainty about the future? It's frustrating when life seems to only get harder as you age. You may be unknowingly making things worse without realizing it. There are 7 habits, simple yet dangerous, that many older adults fall into. These are the things that are silently sabotaging your happiness and your health, draining your energy, and keeping you stuck in a cycle of frustration and pain. They're not just affecting your body, they're taking a toll on your mind and soul too. These habits may feel small or harmless at first, but over time they build up, and you're left feeling exhausted, lonely, or helpless. You deserve better than this. But there's hope. By making a few key changes, you can break free from these habits, regain control over your health, and start living a life that feels full again. Stick with me until the end, and I'll show you simple steps to turn things around. Let's tackle this together. 1. Ignoring regular physical activity. As we get older, staying active becomes even more important for our health. When we skip regular exercise, it can lead to weight gain, muscle loss, and even affect our brain function. Without activity, our bodies start to lose strength, and we may feel more sluggish and less energized. But the good news is it's never too late to start moving again. Take John, for example. He was always a dedicated runner, but as he reached his senior years, he stopped exercising. Over time, he noticed his energy levels dropping, and his muscles started to feel weaker. He also began to feel stiff and more tired, even with small tasks. John's experience is not uncommon, but it's a reminder that staying active can help prevent these issues. The great part is you don't have to run marathons to stay healthy. Start small. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate activity a day. This could be as simple as walking around your neighborhood, tending to your garden, or even trying some gentle yoga at home. If 30 minutes feels like too much, break it up into shorter sessions. You can even spread it out over the day. Maybe a 10-minute walk in the morning, another in the afternoon, and finish with a short stretch in the evening. Getting moving doesn't need to be a big challenge. It's about making small, sustainable changes that you can stick with. So, how do you stay active? Comment below with your favorite way to get moving. Let's support each other in staying healthy and strong. 2. Letting stress and worry take over. Letting stress and worry take over can seriously affect your health. When stress becomes chronic, it doesn't just stay in your head, it can show up in your body too. Things like high blood pressure, heart problems, and even sleep issues can make life feel like it's spinning out of control. But the good news, you don't have to just accept it. Take Linda, for example. She spent so much time worrying about her future that it kept her up at night. Every time she closed her eyes, she felt overwhelmed, and soon she was exhausted, both mentally and physically. The constant stress drained her energy, and it started to take a toll on her overall health. So what can you do to break the cycle of stress? One simple step is to try deep breathing or mindfulness meditation, even for just 5 minutes a day. It's amazing how much a little bit of focus on your breath can calm your mind and help ease some of that pressure you're carrying. In time, you might notice a real difference in how you feel, more relaxed, more centered, and ready to take on the day with a calmer mind. If you've ever felt stressed or worried, try carving out just a few minutes for yourself. And hey, hit that like button if you're ready to find a peaceful moment in your day. We all need a break sometimes, don't we? 3. Staying isolated. Social isolation is something a lot of people don't realize is a big problem until it starts affecting their mental health. When we don't interact with others, it can lead to feelings of loneliness, sadness, and even depression. Human connection is essential for our emotional and mental well-being, and without it, life can feel a lot harder to manage. Take Dave, for example. He's a retired teacher who, after leaving work, stopped meeting up with his old friends. At first, it seemed like no big deal, but over time, he became more withdrawn. He stopped reaching out to people, and his motivation for things he used to enjoy started to fade away. It's a familiar story for many, but it doesn't have to be that way. The good news is there's something you can do about it. You don't have to let isolation take control. Start by calling a friend or family member just once a week. Even a short chat can lift your spirits. If you're feeling like you want more, consider joining a local community group or even an online club. There are tons of options, and you'd be surprised at how much difference small, regular interactions can make. So if you know someone who might be feeling a bit isolated, share this video with them. Let's all do our part in staying connected and supporting each other. It's never too late to reach out, and that small step can mean everything. Skipping regular health checkups. Skipping regular health checkups might seem harmless, but it can actually lead to serious problems, especially for seniors. When we delay or skip doctor visits, undiagnosed conditions can silently get worse over time, sometimes without us even noticing. This is a real concern because many health issues don't show obvious symptoms until they've already become more difficult to treat. Take Margaret's story, for example. She started feeling dizzy every now and then, but she just brushed it off, thinking it was just a normal part of aging. She didn't think much of it and didn't make an appointment. But when she finally went to the doctor months later, she discovered that her dizziness was actually a sign of high blood pressure. By then, it had become a serious concern, needing immediate attention. If she had gone in earlier, she might have been able to manage it before it got worse. That's why it's so important to make regular checkups part of your routine. At least once every 6 months, make that appointment. And when you're there, don't hesitate to bring up anything on your mind, no matter how small it seems. A minor concern today could turn into something bigger tomorrow. Stay proactive and make sure your health stays on track. If you believe in taking proactive steps for your health, hit subscribe and join us for more helpful tips. 5. Not eating nutrient-dense foods. As we get older, our bodies need more nutrients to stay strong and healthy. We need to keep our bones strong, our minds sharp, and our hearts in good shape. But if we're eating too many processed foods or missing out on important vitamins and minerals, we're not giving our bodies what they need to function well. This can actually speed up the aging process. Take Tom, for example. He used to rely on frozen dinners almost every night. It wasn't long before he started feeling more tired and sluggish. He wasn't getting enough fresh fruits, vegetables, or lean proteins, which are essential for good health. Over time, this started to take a toll on his energy and well-being. Tom realized that something needed to change. So, what can you do to avoid falling into the same trap? The key is to focus on a nutrient-dense diet. Try to include lean meats like chicken or turkey, fish rich in omega-3s, whole grains, and plenty of fruits and vegetables in your meals. Foods like spinach, which is high in iron, and sweet potatoes, packed with vitamin A, can give your immune system a real boost. These foods help keep your body in balance and support overall health, especially as we age. Taking small steps like this can make a big difference in how you feel every day. It's never too late to start eating in a way that fuels your body and mind. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. Share some of the healthy meals you've tried that made you feel great. Let's inspire each other to keep our bodies strong and our energy up. 6. Overlooking mental stimulation. As we age, it's easy to fall into routines that don't challenge our brains. But here's the thing, when we stop stimulating our minds, they can start to stagnate. And when that happens, cognitive decline can creep in. It's not just about staying physically active. Keeping your mind sharp is just as important. Take Susan, for example. She used to be an avid reader, always finishing books and exploring new ideas. But over the years, she stopped making time for reading or any activities that made her think deeply. Eventually, she noticed that she had trouble remembering names and details, something she never used to struggle with. It's a common issue. When we don't challenge ourselves mentally, it's easier for those small lapses in memory to turn into bigger problems down the road. But there's good news. It's never too late to start. The key is to engage in activities that get your brain working. It could be reading, doing puzzles, learning a new skill, or even playing strategy games. The important part is that it requires you to think, to focus, and to solve problems. You don't have to choose a specific activity. Just pick something that feels enjoyable and stimulating. If you love to challenge your brain, leave a comment telling us your favorite mental workout. We'd love to hear how you keep your mind sharp. 7. Neglecting emotional well-being. It's easy to focus on physical health, eating right, exercising, getting enough sleep. But emotional well-being is just as important. When you neglect your feelings, it can lead to anxiety, depression, and a drop in your overall quality of life. The truth is we're all human and emotions are part of the journey. Take Carol, for example. She was always the one everyone turned to for help, but she rarely took time to care for herself. She spent years putting others first, constantly helping, but ignoring her own emotional needs. Over time, this took a toll. She started feeling exhausted, worn out, and disconnected from herself. Her mental health began to suffer, and it was harder to enjoy the things she used to. If you're feeling like Carol did, know that you're not alone. One simple yet powerful way to improve emotional well-being is through gratitude. Each day, take just a moment to write down 3 things you're thankful for. It doesn't have to be big stuff, just simple things, like a cup of coffee you enjoyed, a good conversation, or even a quiet moment. This simple practice can lift your mood and help you feel more positive over time. Remember, taking care of your emotional health isn't selfish, it's necessary. You can't pour from an empty cup. So, tap like if you believe self-care is essential for emotional well-being. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to remember the key points. To live a fuller, healthier life in your senior years, don't overlook the simple yet powerful habits that can make a world of difference. Regular physical activity is essential. Stress doesn't have to control you, and staying connected with others is more important than ever. Don't skip your health checkups. Pay attention to what you eat, and always nurture your mind and emotions. These are the building blocks for a long, happy life. But here's the good news. You don't have to make all these changes at once. Small steps really do add up. Start today with one simple change, and you'll start to feel better in ways you might not expect. It's all about progress, not perfection. Now, if you know someone who could use a little boost to take charge of their health, share this video with them, and we'd love to hear from you. Comment below with the first change you're planning to make. Let's support each other. Remember, it's never too late to start living your best life. Let's make it happen together.